when you reopen your website after logging in, this is the picture that you'll see. What we're going to do in this film is show you how you can use the latest technology in mapping, where you can zoom in and then go to a street level and actually travel around the neighborhood as if you were driving a car. So we're going to start our search right here, and as far as the listing type, we're going to say residential. We'll go ahead and pick 5 bedroom and 3 bath, and we're going to look for a nice house here, so we're going to say 600,000 up to 700,000, and we want that to be in the Denver area. You can see all these cities. These are cities that are all through Metro Denver, including an hour north and an hour and a half south. So we'll pick Denver. Then we're going to come right down here and we're going to say search. And then we'll watch the houses that it comes up with. And there they all are, with the price, bedroom, bathroom, and the square footage. So we're going to look at the second house. We're going to say, okay, that's the style of the house I'm looking for. We'll click on that. And it's going to open up a window here where it gives information about the house in a picture. If I want to view all the pictures, I just click here. And there are all the pictures of the house. So we'll just go through there. There's the front. There's another view of the front of the house. Dining room. Beautiful kitchen. Light and bright all the way through the house. And then pictures of the backyard. So we'll say, okay, I want to see further information about this house because it looks very interesting to me. So now we've seen the inside. Now we want to see the neighborhood and everything. We click on the address right here. And it takes us to a mapping feature. So right now we're just here in the regular street view. If I wanted to zoom in on the streets, then I will come over here and I can zoom in and out using this function, and this little guy here will take me right to the street level. But first we're going to look up here. These are different selections: map, traffic, terrain even. If we wanted to see if level area, we're going to switch to satellite. So we're going to zoom in first of all by satellite and just see what the general neighborhood looks like. Okay, very interesting. Here's a lake right here, Lake Avery, and here's the house on a cul-de-sac right next to the lake. So let's use this function over here, and we're going to zoom in and then take it to the highest zoom and actually look, and we go, okay, there's our house, there's the yard, there's where it took us to, which is in the backyard actually. Here's the cul-de-sac, and then the lake. The lake is right over here. Okay? Now, how do we get to a street level? You see the picture of the house there? Click on the picture, and here we are at a street level. And actually we're looking at the backyard of the house here. This is Blue Heron Court. And if I want to rotate and do 360 degrees, I can do it right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a look at what this street looks like. Now there's the neighbor's house. If I'm curious, I want to see what the neighbor's house looks like a little closer. I can click here and zoom in. Okay? Now there's a tree blocking there. So if I look, there's these arrows here pointing up and down, and we can tell the direction that we're headed right here. So north is this way, so we're heading south. We're going to go south down the street. We click on the arrow and it moves us to any position we want up and down the streets in the neighborhood. Now we're right here and we say, okay, let's look down the driveway at this house and see what it looks like. Okay, and now if I wanted to zoom in further on this house, well, it looks like it was trash day and their trash is out. Okay, so now we're going to move down the street, and again, if you look up here, we're heading north, so we keep clicking on this arrow, and every time we click, it automatically moves us down the street. Now the house is, the front of the house is right around the corner here on this court. But let's say that I want to view it again by satellite. I just click the X up on the top, and there's where it has me right there in the backyard of the house, and this is the street over here where you were on, the street right here. But I want to be over here, and I know I can travel down the streets and get there, but also what I can do is click on this guy right here and actually drag him wherever I want him to be. So I can put him right there in that street, and instead of traveling down the street, it takes me right there. Depending on the speed of your computer, you have to wait a few seconds for it to get back in focus. Now, let's look at the house again. Okay. Right there is the house that we were looking at from the back. And now we want to zoom in a little bit and see it a little closer. Now, if you notice here too, we can move the house, we can move the map up and down. So now I can look really close at the house, the front of the house. Looks like there's stone, beautiful manicured trees, and there's everything. Okay, so I can zoom back out. Now let me see the neighborhood some more. Looks like there's an empty lot right next door. This is a new area, it's still being developed. As you can see, there's not many lots left. But here's where we saw the lake. And if you look right over here, you can see the lake. And there's a path that goes right to the lake. And we can actually zoom in. And there's the lake right there. Okay, so now we've seen all that. But if you notice down here in the right-hand corner, there's a small map with our little guy standing there in the court. If I click the arrows in the upper left-hand corner, what it does is it takes me to a split screen where the bottom is a satellite view and the top is the street level view. So again, I can move all around here. I can come down here and I can zoom out. Now there's my little guy right there standing there. So again, I can move him wherever I want. Let's say I want to move him up to this intersection here. So I move him over that intersection, I let him go, and what happens is on the top, now there you can see I'm standing, there was the end of the court, and I'm standing in the corner of Blue Heron and the house, the street that the house is on. And again, from here I can just move all around and look at the whole house. Now let's say I want a bigger picture. Now up here there's arrows pointing to the left. I click on that, and now the entire screen is filled with that area. So here's the guy, and here's the guy right here, and I want to move him over where I can see the lake right here on the street. So I put him there and let him go. And once again, on the top, what's coming into focus is that picture. So if I move him around, there's Blue Heron, and there's going to be the lake right out there. Okay? So I come down here and I zoom out a little farther. And I can see anything at all, moving the map all around. One of my sayings is, other agents would be green to be me, and you can see how I will save you time and money and energy in looking for a house. Before I end this video, let me give you another technique that most people like, and that is doing it as you're seeing it. So, on one side of the screen, you can place the video. On the other side of the screen, put your website.